Hey, my wonderful people, a pleasant evening to you. So, beautiful people, today is the second blackout day for the nurses or the Nurses Association because of not basically tantamounts to not getting sufficient salaries, and there's supposed to be some retroactive monies to be given to them, which they have not yet received. They have tried to get voice or have a word with two ministries, the Ministry of Health and Wellness as well as the Ministry of Finance. And it is a sad state of affairs, a travesty of justice to see year in, year out, especially for the last 4 years, I can say, or thereabout. Maybe not 4, but before that too. But from what I can remember, consistently, invariably, we see different ministries from time to time coming out lobbying for better pays, better salaries. It was the police officers who had their issues, then the nurses, then the teachers, the civil servants. Not too long ago, the doctors had taken out industrial action, and I think there were some hospitals there was no doctor there. Some may have had one for the day, or I don't remember how it had gone, and they had to call a quick meeting because these people contribute to our being. I mean, God is number one, and we understand that, but we live on this earth, and He gave us the earth to dominate, so we live in this earth, with earthly laws and so on. And they contribute to your living or your dying, as the case may be, since that's the aspect and their area of training and speciality. And they had to do whatever it took to bring them back into the office, because can you imagine a Jamaica with doctors being absent for 1 week? All doctors. I'm sure we don't want to even imagine that. So we understand the necessity of a doctor. We have to understand. And for them to take industrial action and say they're fed up. Because remember, or let me not say remember, what are the things that people may not understand about the human body? We are limited. Not just being blemished and flawed, we are limited. I'm sure if you ask a doctor, but they understand the whole, if they're to, let us say they were to put a percentage to pain, physical pain, they may say to you that the body can take 100% of pain. But if it ventures into 101, then you see it becomes critical. If it goes to 102, 103, then it becomes extremely acute, and then it can lead to you being annihilated, because the body will just shut down. It is not that expansive to hold that amount of pain. So the body will just pass right out to oblivion, possibly. It goes the same psychologically, it goes the same mentally, it goes for the same emotionally. And that is why you'll probably have people who are clinically depressed, and if you speak with them, they will tell you that they take their own medication so that they don't act out of accordance in public, where you consider them mad people, and you have people who are emotionally damaged and depressed, and possibly they're on medication as well. And if what I'm saying is so, the point that I'm making is that you would not have had people losing their minds and being insane, what that we see on the roads. It means the body could not take the emotional and the psychological and the mental pressure, so it sends them over the edge. And the doctors probably felt that way. They were at their wits' end, and if they did not act in the way that they had done, it probably would have been pandemonium upon the pandemonium that the hospitals are currently facing. The pandemonium that the hospitals are currently facing. And people are not understanding that it takes cash to care. Money answers all things. They are in need of their monies, just like the civil servants. They gave themselves 100%, 200%, and 300% on salaries that were deemed to be okay, that were dubbed by the masses to be okay, but they thought it was not okay. They thought it was below zero, in the sense of it being critical, in the sense that there was something wrong with it. It was a defective pay, and they needed to take off the D to make it an effective pay. So they boxed the D off by giving themselves 100%, 200%, 300% increase. And they come with the cockamania story that there is no money in the kitty. I did not know that we start to share monies with the animals. And I did know that we send the animals to the shops. I did not know that we went on the different planets and there are other life forms, I'm being sarcastic, people, and we share the monies with them. Or we probably just decide to take the money, the literal money, and throw it in a fire and burn it up. And the mint factory, they do not make any more monies. So it's nonsensical. It is just ridiculous for them to be telling us there is no money. Nonsense. Unacceptable. Not true. I'll accept misappropriation of funds, corruption, and such delight. The people need their monies. They can't function fully. They can't function optimally at their best because they can't satisfy basic needs. Some of these nurses, God bless the food that they are able to purchase. They're tired of the tin things. They're tired of going only to wholesales. They're tired of having to put back half of the things that they put in the trolley. Because they realize, I really cannot afford this because they're going to cut off my light and my water, or I will not have the internet to see what the world is saying, to talk to the world. The nurses are tired. The civil servants are equally tired. They're tired because they have been trying for a long time. I can say years now, because we're now in 2025. And both groups have been lobbying for money. I remember in fairly recent times, the Civil Service Association, they had a Blackout Friday, and I think they had repeated it another Friday or another day. It wasn't 2 consecutive days. And because maybe they're looked upon as plebs, commoners, peasants, what am I to think? They say actions speak louder than words. So if they have been trying for a very long time to get monies owed to them that should be paid out to them, and it cannot happen, it therefore means that they're not valuable and they're not valued by the people who should be paying them. I'm not saying that they're not valuable in what valuable means. They're not valuable to the people who should be paying them. And they're not valued by the people who should be paying them. They're both the civil servants and the nurses. The teachers are fed up. You saw what they did. Over 2,000 last year, I think it was, between 2022 and 2023, or 2023 and 2024. Well, almost 3,000. I did a video on the exact number some time ago that migrated or left. They could not take it anymore. And people are at their wits' end. Remember, anything above the wits' end, it becomes critical and terminal. And they don't want to go in the terminal stage or phase. All they're asking for is their monies. They didn't even ask for 200 or 300%, let alone 100. And it is ironic, some of you who've given yourselves 100, 200, and 300, I don't know one iota want to do. Honestly, I see no creme de la creme. I see no premium work. What is it? I don't remember the words. To get premium service. Nothing of the sort. Ordinary, mediocre, below mediocre. Give the people the money. Give the civil servants and the nurses their monies. The monies are here. Guys, you know what to do. Read TikTok and YouTube. Subscribe. Give me one.